Hi everyone, today we've got a fantastic video for you all about Iceland. I'm sure many of you have got Iceland on your bucket list. It was definitely a destination that was on mine, and I was lucky enough to go there a couple of years ago, and I've experienced some of the things that you're going to see in the video. So have a watch and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, it's Rannveig from OBO Travel. Today I want to tell you about Iceland, and what we will be focusing on is Reykjavik breaks. So flying to Reykjavik, it's an all-year destination. You can stay between, we recommend minimum of 3 nights, but you can stay anything up until 7, 8, 9 nights without getting bored because we have enough to choose from. I'm going to show you all of this today. So we fly into Keflavik Airport on this peninsula. The Blue Lagoon is located over here. So this is why we very often recommend that you transfer from Keflavik to your hotel in Reykjavik, but go to the Blue Lagoon en route. From Keflavik, it only takes about 20 minutes to drive to the Blue Lagoon. We offer coach transfers, and of course you can do this privately as well. Initially, when we quote for you, then we might not include the Blue Lagoon en route, simply because we don't have the flight details yet. This, needless to say, this very much depends on what time you will arrive in Iceland or depart. So you can do it either way en route. If not, you can do it as a half-day tour. The Blue Lagoon, not sure how much I need to tell you about that. Most people probably know about the Blue Lagoon, but it is a natural hot spring in Iceland with its incredible blue waters and the white silica mud which is in the Blue Lagoon, and it has healing powers to your skin. This is, of course, a tremendous bucket list for most people. So I would say 99% of our visitors, they include the Blue Lagoon in their stay. Moving on from the Blue Lagoon, whether you do it en route or you go straight to the capital, Reykjavik. The transfer from the airport to Reykjavik takes about 50 minutes depending on traffic. This, again, we can do by flybus transfer, which is connecting to every arrival flight, so very frequent, or of course private transfers if you prefer so. In Reykjavik, we have plenty of tours. In the winter time, the Northern Lights tours are without a doubt the most popular at the moment. The Northern Lights season in Iceland starts from the 1st of September and is through to middle of April. So during this time, anytime you could or could not see the Northern Lights, it's in the season. From the city center of Reykjavik, we have 3 options of Northern Lights tours. The first option is by cruise, which leaves right from the city center harbor of Reykjavik and sails right there in the bay area, so calmer waters. We don't sail all the way out into the bay. So it's about a 2-hour cruise, and it is OBO Travel's favorite. Why? Because it departs right from the city center, and the comfort of sailing for 2 hours in hopes to see the Northern Lights. You have your warm indoor area. We have overalls to keep everyone warm and blankets, and there's a kiosk also inside where you can get your refreshments and toilets on board as well. So this is a very comfortable way to hunt the Northern Lights. The other option is to go by coach. So the coaches, they will depart pick you up at your hotel and drive to different areas. It very much depends on the forecast for that night. So the Northern Lights, they cannot be seen if it's cloudy, of course. So depending on that night, we might decide to head up north along the peninsula, maybe south. That's why we call it a Northern Lights hunt, because we never know exactly where we're going to go. Your third option from Reykjavik is pick up at your hotel by Super Jeep. The Super Jeep, much like the coach, is going to be hunting the Northern Lights, and the evening's tour will very much depend on the weather conditions. This is obviously just the luxurious or VIP portion of similar to hunting with the coach. If you go by cruise or coach and you go out and you don't see the Northern Lights, you can come again tomorrow for free. So we rebook you. With the Super Jeep, sadly, you cannot come again for free because the Super Jeep element is such an experience as well. However, we will very quickly cancel a tour if we find that there is no chance of seeing the Northern Lights that night in order to let you rebook for the next night. That's the Northern Lights for you. We have very good forecasts which tell us which areas of Iceland are cloudy, the strength of the Northern Lights that night, and so we continuously monitor this to try our best to help you see the Northern Lights. In Reykjavik, while you stay there, we recommend maybe half a day or maximum a full day really to explore the city. Reykjavik is the northernmost capital in the world, and having only about 250,000 inhabitants, it's a very small and compact city. So roaming around the city on your own is very easy, and what we recommend to do. There are lots of museums and shopping, restaurants, bars, everything right there at your doorstep. There are a few tours that we recommend to take while in Reykjavik. One of them is our guided Reykjavik food walk. So this is where the guide meets you and walks with you around town, tells you about the city, but at the same time you go into a lot of the local bars and restaurants to taste some very typical local authentic Icelandic food. This gives a very interesting twist to your experience for Reykjavik. Another one is our whale watching tour. Much like the Northern Lights cruise, it departs right from the city center of Reykjavik, from the harbor, and we sail out. Here's the Faxaflóa Bay. We sail out here in search of the whales. This is a year-round tour, and we have about 96% success in the summertime, and this goes down to about 88% success rate in the winter. It's not necessarily because of the whales in the area, it's because the sea can be more choppy in the winter, so we're more likely to cancel the tour altogether. We don't want people to get seasick. However, year-round activity, it takes about 3 hours sailing, and here you can expect to see minke whales, humpbacks, lots of dolphins, some bird life, and occasionally you might find some orcas if very lucky. It's not very common to see them in this area though. The whale watching you can do either by normal large boat, or you can in fact go by rib boats as well, which is a speedboat and takes you much faster out onto the bay, and you get much closer to the whales. This is a summer activity only though. Another activity we have in the summertime only is Puffin Watching. So there's an island, a small island right outside the city center of Reykjavik, which we sail you to, and this is where the puffins live in the summertime. So the season is May to August, and here you can sail to the Puffin Island and take a look at these very famous birds. So that kind of covers Reykjavik very quickly. From Reykjavik, we have plenty of tours. I want to quickly discuss the half-day tours. We have, for example, the Buggy Adventure. So we pick you up and we take you to base, dress you up in overalls, helmets, and everything you need, and we drive you you drive yourself a buggy with 2 people on board, and you can switch driving and drive you into Icelandic nature and have loads of fun with that. The buggy tour takes about 3 hours in total, including transfer times and dressing up. You're about 1 hour driving the buggy. Then we have the lava tunnel, which is very much an OBO favorite. From Reykjavik, the lava tunnel is located just here. So only a half an hour drive, we pick you up, and a half an hour drive from your hotel, you have arrived at the lava tunnel. Here you meet your guide, and we dress you up in a helmet and a light, and we take you into the lava tunnel. Here the guide tells you everything you need to know about this incredible lava formation creating this cave and the effect of the glacier and the volcano activity that we have in Iceland. It is incredible scenery over there in the cave, and the guides are incredibly knowledgeable and tell you all about this very fascinating cave that you can find there. Another one is for a half day is to go to the Blue Lagoon. The transfer from Reykjavik takes about 50 minutes to the Blue Lagoon, and once you've entered, you can spend as long as you wish in the Blue Lagoon, as there are frequent departures from the Blue Lagoon back to your hotel in Reykjavik. Snorkeling in Silfra. Right over here by Þingvellir Lake is snorkeling. This snorkeling has been said to be one of the top snorkel and diving places in the world by National Geographic. They love it. What you do is you snorkel between two continents. So the two continental plates, Eurasia and America, you are diving or snorkeling in between those in the clearest waters in the world. So this is glacier water that you're snorkeling in, and it's about 2 degrees cold all year round. So another all year round activity. We definitely dress you up, so it's in a dry suit. Underneath, we dress you in a very big Michelin looking, like it's like a sleeping bag, and over that you put on your dry suit and gloves, everything you need to snorkel or dive. If you want to dive, you need to have the applicable licenses, but the snorkeling is for anyone above the age of 14. So those are OBO Travel's favorite half-day tours from Reykjavik. And moving on to the full-day tour, we have, of course, the Golden Circle. So this is leaving Reykjavik from your hotel. We first take you to Þingvellir. This is the lake Þingvellir, the largest lake in Iceland. And the national park here is where you can see the continental plates drifting apart. So it is Eurasia and America, and you can literally see them yourself, how they are drifting apart up to 1 centimeter per year. So you can walk in between these rifts and you can see the first and oldest parliament in the world, which is still located there. It's not active, but the building is still there. Incredible scenery. Moving on from Þingvellir, we take you around the lake and onwards to the infamous geyser. Here you can see the erupting hot spring. Geyser itself does not erupt any longer, sadly, but its brother Strokkur erupts every 10 to 15 minutes or so. So guaranteed sighting of the hot spring erupting. From Geyser, we move onwards to Gullfoss waterfall, the Golden Waterfall. This waterfall is without a doubt Iceland's most famous and most visited waterfall for very good reason. These 3 sites, so you have Þingvellir, you have Geyser, and you have Gullfoss. These 3 are the most popular sites to see when visiting Iceland and something that everyone has to do when visiting. The Golden Circle, we call it a circle because we take you back down here on your way back to Reykjavik, back to your hotel. The Golden Circle can be done in various ways, and what we recommend to add on to the Golden Circle, changing it from a great day tour to an absolutely unforgettable once-in-a-lifetime experience, is to do the tour by Super Jeep. We take the same route in the Super Jeep and the same sites, but what you get as well is once you're at the waterfall, we take you on to the glacier. So Langjökull Glacier here is the 2nd largest glacier in Iceland, and leaving the waterfall, we take you to base, where we dress you up in overalls, helmets, everything you need, and we snowmobile on the glacier for 1 hour. 2 people share 1 snowmobile. So we drive out on the glacier for about 25 minutes, stop there so you can take some photos, make snow angels, play along in the snow, and then you switch drivers and we drive for approximately 25 minutes back to base, where we will then take you back the same route back to your hotel in Reykjavik. Snowmobiling on a glacier in Iceland is something that you definitely do not want to miss, and usually this is people's highlight when visiting. Interestingly enough as well, we offer the snowmobiling all year round because it's on a glacier. We can guarantee the snow conditions to snowmobile. Another add-on, for example, to the Golden Circle tour is to add the Secret Lagoon. The Secret Lagoon is located around here. And this is a very interesting question which I get asked very often, is the Secret Lagoon an alternative to the Blue Lagoon? I will say no, it's not an alternative to it, it's a completely different experience. So the Blue Lagoon is in a league of its own. This is where you get the completely blue waters and the white silica, which has the healing powers to your skin. And of course it's a bucket list thing, the Blue Lagoon. The Secret Lagoon is equally as amazing, but it's not the same thing. So the Secret Lagoon is an outdoor hot spring, a geothermal outdoor hot spring, which you bathe in. It's more natural, and it does not have those blue colors or the white silica mud in the waters. So it's a fantastic experience, and by all means include it. That's an outdoor geothermal experience, but it's not the same as the Blue Lagoon. So we typically say it's not your alternative, the less busy one, really. The only other Blue Lagoon that we have in Iceland is up north over here. So that is, in fact, an alternative to the Blue Lagoon because it is the same concept. So that's the Golden Circle for you. Another very, very popular full day tour from Reykjavik is the South Coast. So picking you up at your hotel, you drive on road number 1 along the entire south coast of Iceland all the way down to Vik. So this day tour takes, the full day takes about 10 hours or so. And along the way you are going to see 2 amazing waterfalls. One of them is Seljalandsfoss. Repeat after me, Seljalandsfoss. This one you can walk behind the waterfall, which is a fantastic experience. And the other waterfall you will see is Skógafoss. It is a fantastic, almighty waterfall to experience. This route here is best known for its black sandy beaches, the volcanoes that you can see. In fact, you will drive past the famous Eyjafjallajökull volcano that erupted in 2010, which I think none of us will ever forget. What you can add on to your South Coast experience is, for example, a glacier hike. And this is an activity that we highly recommend to include during your South Coast. So it is right here on this glacier here, coming from Mýrdalsjökull Glacier. So we drive up here to the parking lot, dress you up, crampons, helmet, axe, and we walk with you onto the glacier. It's a very mild and good experience. And it's really not that difficult. We have a variety of hikes on this glacier, but we recommend to spend 1 hour on the glacier itself. What you can also add on to your experience on the South Shore is to take a quad bike tour over here out onto the black sandy beach, where you will find the famous airplane wreck. It became so famous because this is where Justin Bieber took one of his music videos, and since then everyone wants to visit the airplane wreck on this black sandy beach in the south of Iceland. So that's the South Coast for you, from Reykjavik all the way down south to Vik and back, approximately 10 hours. Another day tour, picking you up at your hotel in Reykjavik, we take you to the west. We drive here and through this tunnel here, cutting short this fjord so we don't have to drive the entire circle around it. Heading up here, inland, all the way inland here. And here you board a monster truck taking you on to Langjökull Glacier on this side of it. So it's the same glacier as we snowmobile on the Golden Circle, but it's on this side. Here you have the activity into the glacier. So this is a man-made ice tunnel dug deep in Langjökull Glacier, and you can walk through this tunnel with an experienced guide who tells you all about the formations of glaciers. And interesting fact, you can see a white patch here. This glacier here is called Ok, OK. And only last year it was declared dead. So it's no longer a glacier, it's completely melted away. So that's an interesting fact for you as well. During your Into the Glacier experience, the guides will also show you the effects global warming is having on Icelandic glaciers today. Another tour taking on this peninsula from Reykjavik. We drive this here, same route, but then up all the way on the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, and then all the way back to your hotel in Reykjavik. This is a very long day tour, but this is very often called the miniature tour of Iceland because Snæfellsnes Peninsula really has it all. On Snæfellsnes you can see here Snæfellsjökull Glacier. It's a small one, so you can see it on this tour. We have a interesting black church. We have incredible rock formations at Arnarstapi. And here on the northern side of the peninsula, you can see Kirkjufell Mountain, which is made incredibly famous by Game of Thrones. So this is Arrow Mountain in Game of Thrones. And since Game of Thrones aired, this has now become one of the most photographed places in Iceland. So Snæfellsnes Peninsula is a fantastic tour, but we do have to warn you that it does take long. As you can see, the distance is incredibly long, so approximately 12 hours on this tour. All of the tours that I've mentioned here are all year round, except for the rib boats, whale watching, and the Puffin tour, and of course the Northern Lights are only in the winter season. Otherwise, you can do all of these tours and enjoy them, be it summer or winter. So our super jeeps are definitely our pride and joy in Iceland, and this is what OBO Travel do best. So we have these massive super jeeps that can go, we've tailor-made them, so these monsters can go off-road and drive you up onto mountains and glaciers through rivers, and overall it's just incredible fun to experience Iceland by super jeep. Our super jeeps, we can tailor-make every single one of these tours that I've spoken to you about because these are privately rented for the whole day. Our super jeeps we have for 3 passengers all the way up to 10 passengers, and those super jeeps are luxurious Mercedes-Benz modified. So we have a great variety and choices of what kind of super jeep you want to drive in, and as mentioned earlier, all of these tours can be in fact done by private super jeep and adds tremendously to your Iceland experience. I think that roughly sums it up for now, but as you can see, when you base yourself in Reykjavik, you are exploring with day tours. You can already explore a very big part of Iceland. For the winter time, we definitely recommend to do it this way and base yourself in Reykjavik and go on guided excursions from there, be they half day or full day, with our trusted guides and drivers, because the winter conditions, they can be very tough. So typically we don't recommend self-driving in the winter time. I'm going to take you on the next training video. I'm going to take you around the full island, demonstrating our self-drives, which we recommend to be done May to September. Wintertime, base yourself in Reykjavik and trust the experts to drive in the rough conditions. I just wanted to also remind you why you book this with OBO Travel, your DMC, and not on your own, especially in the wintertime. So when you make a booking with us, we always ask you for your customer's phone number, and it's for simply the reason if we need to reach them while they are traveling. So once they come to Reykjavik, they're completely in our hands and we take care of them from A to Z. Most of you that have booked with us Iceland before have noticed the service level that we offer. As a very good example, in the wintertime, the weather, it can be extreme and things can be delayed, cancelled, and OBO Travel are right there to take care of your customers. You don't have to worry about a thing. Northern Lights, for example, if they're cancelled, we will simply call your customer on your behalf and rearrange their Northern Lights all done, and then just let you know what has happened. Other tours that could be cancelled, for example, whale watching, snowmobile, what we do best is, because we handle the entire program, we very often turn tours around. So if a tour is cancelled, we will look through their whole program and make sure, hang on, they're doing this tomorrow. We can actually make them do that today and change the tour so they don't miss out anything. We do our best to reorganize and rearrange all of this without you even knowing until after the whole solution is presented to your customer. So we've gotten very good feedback in regards to why you book with the DMC in Iceland, especially in winter conditions. I hope this has taught you a little bit about Iceland for now. In the next training video, let's take yourself.
Wow, what an incredible video. If you're looking to get any further information on Iceland or anything you've seen in the video, then please contact Lisa or myself. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon.